why women flake and how to prevent it. It's the one thing that happens to so many guys. It's happened to me before. It used to happen a lot more. It still does sometimes, but not very often. Okay, it will still happen. But I talk to guy after guy. I've talked to so many guys where it happens so much. It's like they flake. They can't get the girl to show up. They lose interest, okay? And it's a problem, right? So let's dive into it. You line up a date with a girl you're actually excited about, right? You confirm the time, maybe even clean your apartment, hit the gym, shave, beard trimmed, all that stuff, looking fresh, feeling good. Then boom, she flakes. No call, no explanation. Or worse, sorry, something came up, like last minute or some shit. Let me be clear. This isn't random when this happens like this, okay? Now, there's a pattern to this, and if you understand the psychology behind why women flake, you can prevent it before it ever happens, okay? So if you've been ghosted, flaked on, or you just want to make sure that when you do set up a date, she actually shows up, right? You need to hear this, okay? This is for you. And if you're serious about leveling up in dating, fitness, and masculine energy, subscribe right now. Let's dive in, all right? Years ago, I remember matching with this girl on one of the dating apps. I don't remember. It was probably Bumble or Hinge. She was beautiful. She was fit. Good energy, sweet over text, good rapport, a good vibe, right? We had amazing banter. Set up a date for Friday night because I usually most of the times, usually only go out Friday and Saturday, sometimes Sunday, early in the day. But I set up the date for Friday night. Friday rolls around. I'm feeling good. Haircut fresh, beard trimmed, everything, shirt on point, right? 6 p.m. hits, nothing. 6:15, nothing. Then at 6:45, I get, hey, something came up with my roommate. I'll have to reschedule. But guess what? She never did. Okay. And at the time, I blame myself. All right. Did I say something wrong? Was I too eager? Should I have confirmed more? Should I have texted less? It's tough, right? The truth, it wasn't just about that date, right? It was about the frame I brought from the beginning. And flakes are often the result of mistakes we don't even realize we're making way before the date is ever set. Now, let's break down the real reasons women flake, because it's not always personal, okay, but it is always revealing, all right? The number one reason is low attraction, okay? It is what it is, man. A lot of women will agree to plans out of curiosity. You're the maybe guy, like the second string, third string, maybe even the fourth backup plan, right? I don't know. You seemed interesting, kind of cute, but there wasn't enough real desire behind it, right? So when that day comes, that curiosity fades. And this is why women flake more on guys who try too hard to convince them to go out, right? Versus the ones who qualify them, right? So making women qualify to you, okay? The second reason is a lack of comfort or safety, okay? If she barely knows you and you're a total stranger, her guard is still up, man. A lot of guys skip past this. They focus on attraction, but never build comfort, right? And if she doesn't feel safe meeting up, she'll cancel, period, okay? Especially in today's culture. Now, there was a couple scenarios this year, a couple girls I dated. One girl, she wanted to hop on the phone for like 10 minutes before, and I cut the call after. We got together, we met up, all right? The second one was a girl that I had been seeing for a couple months, and actually we couldn't meet up for a while, but she ended up calling me on the phone, and we ended up talking on the phone for like an hour before we went on our first date. And I come to later find out that this woman has anxious attachment. She struggles with anxiety. And so this would make sense, right? And so, the conversation was rolling anyway. I mean, it was a good conversation. We had the vibe, right? The spark was there. And it was the same in person. It was great. Okay. So a situation like that's fine. Now, it's going to be the rare exception where you are talking on the phone for an hour. Most of the times, I tell you guys, do not invest like that in a woman you're just starting to get to know. Do not do that. It's not a good move typically, okay? Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but that's too much of investment off the bat. And dude, some girls they're yappers, okay? So it is what it is. All right. Let's keep it moving. Number 3, and probably the most common is she has better options, okay? Now, this ties into the first one, low attraction, but she has better options, all right? Harsh truth. Some women will say yes to your invite until something better comes along. That's just how it is. It will still happen to me, okay? It will still happen to me. That's because there's always a better looking guy, a guy who's got more money, a guy she thinks fits before you guys actually meet in person and she can feel your energy. There's always people who have more than you. No shit, okay? That's why we got to be getting after it and always improving, okay? But that's the whole thing, right? Like, these women out here, most of them, they're delusional. Like, they have unrealistic standards for what they want. But that's the truth, right? So number 3, she has better options, or so she thinks she does, all right? Another guy hits her up, right? Her friends make plans, her mood changes, and suddenly you're plan B. You're not a fucking priority, I'm telling you. I've dated women like this in the past, and you know what I do? I pull back. Because if you're starting to put yourself out there and she's not meeting you in the middle or reciprocating, and you start to notice that, that's not going to be it, okay? We'll dive into more in this, and we'll chunk down more on it. But technically, okay, you're always plan B or even C. You just didn't know that. Like, that's the thing. Going into it, you're seeming like, like high interest and everything. And then you start to see a pattern of her not really initiating or flaking and shit like that. Okay. But don't take it personally. Okay. Take it as feedback. Okay. I want you to take it as feedback. Sometimes women will offer a reschedule. Okay. And if she has a high level of interest, she will. But if she doesn't at all, then forget about her and keep it moving. All right. If she does not offer a reschedule, okay, let me give you a great example. Several months back, this was about 3 or 4 months ago, had a match with this girl on Hinge, and we were talking for a bit. She was out of town. When she finally got back in town, I set up a date to do coffee and yoga, okay, because she's obviously fit. She literally texted me the morning of and said, "Hey, I'm so sorry to do this, but something came up. I can't make it." Okay. And I said, "Hey, Brittany, no worries. Just let me know if you want to get together some other time." Right? But she didn't even propose a reschedule. It wasn't even like, and she never hit me back up. Right? Now I could have, maybe hit her up like a week later and let it breathe for a week. But generally, guys, I can tell you guys right now, 100%, if she does not propose a reschedule, she has a low level of interest. And this doesn't always mean that it's another guy, okay? Now, I would say probably a lot of times, or most of the times, there's a better option, because women will literally change their religion for a guy. They will, they'll ignore their family, which they shouldn't, for a guy, right? They'll put their whole world around a guy, that they're all about, okay? They will rearrange their schedule and they will make it happen. Now, the thing is, there's some women that I've dated and they have just such a chaotic life, bro. Like, I'm telling you, it was just so chaotic, and no wonder they have anxiety. No wonder there's so much chaos and drama and stuff going on, because, it is what it is. And so, maybe maybe she flakes. Maybe she has to cancel, and maybe you're not a priority. Maybe she likes you. Maybe there's chemistry there. Maybe she wants something to happen. But at the end of the day, if her life is too chaotic, that doesn't necessarily mean that she doesn't want to be with you. And that doesn't necessarily mean that there's another guy, but, there's third-party interference, which could be her emotions, her life, her schedule's crazy. Again, bro, these women have a really tough time handling their life, bro. I'm telling you. So I'm trying to help you find the balance between how we can mitigate flaking and also helping you understand too that it's not always about you. Okay. And as long as you're doing the right things, you just sit back and do your thing, right? But what it looks like if she has a high level of interest. So recently was dating a girl. She couldn't make it, okay? And it was like the morning of, okay? And she told me that, I had my phone away because I was working, and I checked the text like 45 or an hour after, and I see the message. I text her back, and I just said something like, okay, no worries. And I kid you not, within seconds, she was texting me back. Like within seconds, not even a minute, within seconds, she was texting me back and saying, I'm so sorry. She was apologizing and proposing a reschedule like immediately. Okay. And that's how it looks, guys. It doesn't have to always be in seconds, but it's just sometimes these women have crazy lives, bro. They have so much going on. Okay. But if she doesn't even offer to reschedule, then keep it moving. Don't chase. That's what I'm saying. Okay? Do not chase. And you should pursue. There's a difference between pursuing and setting something up and leading. But then if you're pursuing and she keeps flaking, then what do we have to do? We have to take a step back. We have to pull back and we have to respect ourselves. Okay? And the women that I'm dealing with now, women that I've been dating and dealing with the past few years, they all know that. They all know that they respect my time. Okay, they respect my time, they respect my energy, and they know if they're dealing with me and they're dating me, they know that I'm not going to deal with any bullshit. And I'm not dealing with any breadcrumbs, and you guys shouldn't either. Now, another thing too is, you know, if a girl wants to try to set something up the day of, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't necessarily, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a spontaneous hangout, okay? But if she hasn't been showing up consistently or she's been flaking on you, then evening of or like day of plans, especially if it's on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, that's not going to fly because you should already be busy with your life, right? Like you shouldn't be waiting around. Like, for example, this girl, we were supposed to hang out tonight, but she didn't confirm for today because she's obviously got a lot of stuff going on in her life right now. Like, it's crazy. It's very hectic. Like, she has a very hectic life, and I genuinely believe her. And I had to pull my energy back, and, you know, it is what it is, right? But she couldn't confirm the day before if we were going to get together today. And how I handle that is I play it cool. I'm calm and collected. I'm busy. I have something else lined up for this evening, right? We keep it moving. And that's just how it is, right? That's how we got to be, okay? You have to respect your time. You have to set boundaries early, and you have to be in your frame, and you cannot let your emotions take over. You have to act really unbothered. I mean, you can act empathetic, but also somewhat unbothered and detached, okay? It's kind of like finding the right balance. But I'm telling you, man, if a woman has a high level of interest and sees you as her best option or one of the best, at least, especially, you know, at the beginning before she really gets to know you, she will make it so easy to see you. I'm telling you right now, she will want to, you know, she will want to. She will change her schedule, bro. Women literally change their religions, like I said, and change their whole life around for a man. They will move out of state for a man. They will follow a man and do whatever, bro, okay? That's how it is. A guy that they're all about, okay? Simple rule. Like I said, I will repeat myself sometimes because, guys, I'm giving this information to you just like I was telling a friend or my younger self, okay? That's why I made this channel. Simple rule. If she cancels but tries to reschedule immediately, okay? Or even, it could even be within like a couple days, okay? It's not a true flake yet. There's still some level of interest, okay? But if she ghosts, gives a vague excuse or says, let's do it another time without locking in a new day, or if she doesn't even offer, you know, if she doesn't even offer anything at all, right, then it's over, okay? She has a better option, or she just has other shit going on in her fucking life, okay? And sometimes women will offer a reschedule, right? But if she does not at all, I'm telling you right now, if she doesn't at all offer a reschedule, then forget about her and keep it moving, all right? That's all I'm saying. Now, If it is a case with a girl that has like maybe a crazy busy schedule, you don't have to entirely close the door. If you feel like maybe some other shit's going on and she's being genuine, you don't have to get all emotional like, oh, it's not working out, like, but like whatever. Nah, dude, that's fucking, then you're giving her the power, okay? Like, just leave the door open. If you can't line something up, you just be like, hey, it seems like you have a lot going on right now, but if you ever want to reconnect, just let me know, okay? Something like that. It's like unbothered, cool. It's masculine energy. It's cool, calm, and collected. Because that's how we should be, bro. Like, you think about how I used to be, and so many guys out here get so emotionally reactive about this shit. I'm telling you, bro, not even worth it. Okay? Leave the door open if you want. But if it happens over and over again, we're not going to be tolerating breadcrumbs. We're not going to be tolerating continuous flakes who are not even trying to connect with you, okay? And that's the thing, too. You'll see some women out here. I need you to understand this. You cannot miss this. There are a lot of women out here who act like maybe they're interested, okay? But they keep flaking. But yet they want to talk to you. They want to text you. They want to, but it's like hot and cold. It's conditional. They have so much other shit going on in their life. Don't entertain these women. They're breadcrumbing you. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. Okay? They have to meet you. Do not give her the time. Do not give her the energy. Do not show up for her. Answer her calls when she wants to fucking text all the time. Okay? But she keeps canceling. She can't make time for you. Now, you're putting in more energy and effort. You give a fuck more than she does. But she can't actually make time to see you and do things for you and come correct. Fuck no, dude. That's not going to fly. But it's a trap because you guys want to feel secure. You want to feel the love. You want to have that connection. You want her. But you're showing up and she's not. A little bit of a ramble, but dude, women will do that. But then you're giving her that like emotional kind of support, right? An ear to listen to her yapping. Okay, move on. Don't chase. We're not chasing women. We're leading and we pursue, okay? Don't even double text. Don't double text like 90% of the time. Let her feel your absence, okay? And just understand that it's not personal. And that's why I'm always telling you guys, you gotta be a man in motion, constantly improving yourself and life, okay? So just drop a comment below if you've had a girl flake on you recently and what you think went wrong. Let me know. Now, how do we prevent flaking? All right, we're getting into the meat here. Well, sometimes you just can't. Sometimes you just can't prevent flaking. It happens to everyone at some point, like I said, but there is some strategy behind this to significantly reduce how often it happens, okay? The first thing you can do is build comfort using Instagram, okay? Before you ask for her number, move the convo to IG. Why? She can see you're a real person, not some rando from Hinge or Bumble, okay? She sees your lifestyle, your vibe. It builds trust and curiosity, right? It's 2025, boys, and your IG is your digital business card. That's what I'm saying, okay? You need to treat it like a business card. And if you look like a high-value guy with options, okay, she'll want to invest, all right? Let me grab my water. Okay? Look like you have options and have options. You got to be getting after it, right? Now, this is something, this social media, it's your Instagram is your digital business card. This is something I've learned in recent years only. It's a great strategy. It truly is, because if you look like you're the man with the social proof, it's just going to automatically put you above other guys. That's why you guys gotta get your Instagram on point, okay? The second thing is avoid needy energy. Don't be the guy who's too eager. I'm telling y'all, man, I've done this before. You ask for her availability. She doesn't respond or in a timely manner. And suddenly you're double texting like, hey, just checking in. This kills the vibe, bro. It screams scarcity. Ask once. If she doesn't respond, move on. Okay, your time is valuable, all right? Now, the third thing is use phone or FaceTime calls. This is a game changer. Okay, before the date, hop on a quick 5 to 10 minute FaceTime or call, all right? It builds connection. She hears your voice, your tone, your vibe. Now you're no longer just some guy, you're real, okay? And women flake less on guys that, you know, they feel emotionally safe with and familiar with, okay? So that's all there is to that, guys. But like I said, there was a one girl I was dating and we talked on the phone for almost an hour. Okay, it was literally almost an hour, and that was before our first date. But literally, she's the only girl I did that with in the past like 10 years or so. It just doesn't normally happen, right? But this woman, you know, has a high level of interest and emotional investment early, and like I said, she has more of like an anxious attachment style. But typically, though, right, you don't need to over invest like that too soon. Cut it shorter, okay? But if it's flowing, it's fine, man. Like, but for sure, there is no shot you should be on the damn phone for more than an hour. No fucking way, okay? I won't even do this with girls that I date regularly, bro. That's what I'm saying. But it was funny because when we got on our first date in person, I was like, so I guess this is technically our second date, right? And it was kind of a joke. Just make sure that you in the call. Okay, so if you guys catch up on the phone beforehand, make sure that you in the call, keep it short and leave her wanting more, all right? Now, let's talk about the 3-day rule, all right? This is important, man. It's all about timing. Don't set a date for next week. That's too far out, all right? Set the date within 72 hours of confirming, okay? So what I mean by that is you got to confirm a date on Wednesday. You're setting the date up for like Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, okay? On Wednesday, 3 days out, all right? That's the whole thing we got to do with that. The longer the gap, the more likely something else will come up or her mood will change. So if you're starting to filter through your matches on the weekends, start kind of getting some messages going towards the end of the weekend and then like Monday and Tuesday. So that way you can kind of start getting shit lined up. Confirmed on Wednesday, set up for Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Okay. So that's how we're going to do that. I generally only set dates for Friday through Sunday. So if you're going through your matches on the previous weekend and then start up a brief convo on the dating app, you ask her a question, right? Say something and then ask for their IG. Continue the convo to IG for a bit so she can see the social proof for a little bit and step into your world and let her sit in that. If she doesn't have IG, go for the number. By now, it should be 3 days before you intend to set the date. So, like I said, if I'm trying to set a date for Friday or Saturday, I'm going to lock it down Tuesday or Wednesday. Set your availability and tell her, hey, I'm free Friday, Saturday at, after 6 p.m. What's your schedule look like, right? Set your availability. Tell her, like, hey, I'm free at this time, like these couple days after this time, right? We're not wide open, right? And then let her fit into that, okay? She's got to fit into your availability, right? Instead of saying, like, when are you free, all right? Just say, I'm free Friday or Saturday after 6. What works for you, okay? And this shows that you have a life, right? And you're giving her a chance to be a part of it, right? It's not the other way around. Now, one thing you know about these women, man, is girls are busy. Yes, they are busy as hell, okay? But you should be too. That's why I'm always telling you guys. So ideally, you want to stay within that 3-day window of locking in the date. But sometimes, I find out that their availability, I'll find out on a Tuesday what their availability is to try to lock it down for Friday or Saturday. That's still going to be like that 3-day window-ish, okay? So that's how we're going to do it, guys. That's how we're going to do it. Now, let's say you're at a point where you're getting lots of matches or leads, how we call it, okay? Here's a power move. What you can do here is you can double book girls. Now, I do not always do this on a regular basis just because, like, if I am going out with a woman, they want to be with me. I know that they do. And like I said, I'm not getting flaked on 99% of the time. I just really don't have girls flaking on me like that. But what you can do is you can double book your dates. Okay, double book your dates. That way, if one flakes, you're not sitting there frustrated. You've got another lined up, okay? And look, this isn't about being a player, okay? It's about protecting your time and energy, okay? And keeping your emotional investment low, Keep your emotional investment low until she proves she's earned it. Through actions, through showing up consistently, okay? But this only works if you have volume, okay? You need like at least 15 to 20 solid combos going at the top of your funnel. And a lot of you guys are even having trouble getting dates to begin with, all right? But you cannot just be talking to one chick, not just be dating one chick. It's not because you don't want to, bro. It's because guys get attached too easily, bro. You guys be getting attached too easily, man. And it keeps you in an abundance mindset. That's what I'm saying. It keeps you in an abundance mindset. It keeps you from getting attached too soon. It's happened to me. It's happens to the best, right? Flaking hurts more than it should. Okay, because most guys are putting too much hope into one girl. But when you start showing up as a man who's grounded, he's selective, he respects himself and his time, right? You're not desperate for validation. Women feel that energy. They feel it, and they don't flake on men who value themselves first, okay, at the end of the day. And the game changes when you stop seeking approval and start choosing women who choose you, all right? You are not a backup plan. You are not an option. You are the prize. And the world responds when you believe that at your core, man, okay? That's all I'm telling you guys. The way you want to be treated in life, from guys, from women, from everyone, you have to give that treatment to yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to treat yourself like a motherfucking king if you want king treatment. All right? That's all I got for you guys today, man. If you found the video helpful, hit the like button. Subscribe. I don't know if you're not subscribed, I don't even know why not. Already. Let's go. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.